We are going to make a video right now, and me and you. Okay? Say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
What's going on, guys? RobRealistic here. So for those of you who've been watching my videos for a while, I have done videos in the past of me like driving home, and that was when I was a security guard. So I know how security guards are supposed to work, handle their business and whatever. And I have respect for police officers. I have respect for security officers to a certain extent. You don't go over your authority. If you're a security guard, you're observing and you're reporting. That's pretty much it. When I was a security guard at a mall, we kind of had a little bit more leniency about arresting people because we had citizen power. I'm going to show you guys a video here in a couple of minutes, but first I just want to kind of explain to you what occurred to me earlier that day. I was attempting to deliver a few packages to this building, and I actually circled the building twice looking for a loading zone, and I couldn't find one. On the second time I went around, I actually parked my truck in the road with my hazards on as far over to the curb as I could, got out, went and rang some doorbells and knocked on some doors, and nobody came out. I knew I was parked illegally, therefore I didn't want to spend a lot of time there, so I got back in my truck and I left. I went back to my yard to go pick up my second load of stuff and explain to my boss what occurred. He went and got a hold of somebody and explained to me that when I'm on my way there to go ahead and give them a call, and she will have somebody meet me and give me directions on how to get to the safest loading zone to their facility. I proceeded to call her on the phone. Fortunately for me, because of past experiences, I record all my phone call conversation. The names and everything is going to be taken away. They were fine. You know, like the person I talked to had nothing to do with what happened. It was what occurred after the phone call of this security guard stopping me after I had already gotten instructions from the person on the phone. I proceeded to tell this security guard I was on the phone with somebody that was telling me to do this, to give me instructions, and they like refused to listen to me. She stopped me and then told me that she had to move me because I was blocking the area of their driveway. But she was the one that stopped me. Now, if she was talking about the street, okay, I understand that. But I just got done explaining to you I was on the phone getting instructions on where to go. Therefore, the conversation should have just stopped right there, and you should have been, okay, proceed with your day, move forward. This next video clip, it's a little bit long. I think it's entertaining, but you can't stop a truck and then tell them that you're moving them because they're blocking when you're the one that stopped them. Just as simple as that. So I'm going to play the phone call on top of the video so you guys can hear both sides of the conversation while it's happening, and then it'll go to just the dash cam audio, which you can hear most of it, but then as soon as we go to the back of the truck, there's no audio. And then I might come in a little bit later and explain to you what is occurring at that point in time. So hope you guys enjoy the video. You talked to my boss earlier.
Okay, you have a delivery?
Yeah, so I'm about to turn left here on Pennington again. From Broadway.
So you make that turn. You know how it turns right?
Yeah, I was there earlier. I was ringing the doorbell. It's the one that's by that little 11-foot bridge, right? Like to the right would be your facility, to the left would be the underground parking?
No, you're going too far.
I went too far? Okay, so I'm right next to Broadway. And I'm about to turn onto Pennington from Broadway.
Okay. From Congress. Yeah.
Well, okay, Congress is up to turn.
Okay, you're right.
Broadway,
So you're turning left. So turn to Pennington. So you're gonna be between the old federal building and that building to the, there's two buildings. You're in between two buildings, correct?
It will be, yeah, as soon as I make this left
So,
turn.
so you see, do you see where that, like, to the right, where that gas, like, fill-up is right there? You know, where someone, you know, we can put gas in our cars. You see that right when you turn, when you make the turn to turn again to get onto Pennington, the actual, you know, Pennington. You see that little thing? Turn right in there.
Yeah, okay.
In
so
that,
this is,
not in the.
No, I know.
Okay,
This is the place I was here earlier. Yeah.
Okay, so do you see where our security is down there?
I see a bunch of vans that say.
Okay, so on the big building, there's right where, you know, where you can enter into the garage. Don't enter into the garage, but you see some security there?
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, so pull in, you know, where it says not to park, pull in somewhere right there, and then I'll call the guys to let you know where they're going to have you.
Okay, yep, I see where you're talking about. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
I'll send somebody out.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
No, I was on the phone. The girl on the phone told me to pull in and park right here somewhere, and she's gonna have someone come out. But I was.
Anything about a roller floor?
No.
Who you gotta be?
Somebody right here. I was here earlier. Nobody was here.
Do you know what floor?
It's going right here. It's going to West Congress, and it says something about A or whatever.
What do you have to deliver?
4 boxes of non-hazardous cleaning compound.
I think she didn't tell me the roller floor. Like,
She told me to turn right. She said, see the security thing in there? I go, yes. She goes, pull in, don't go inside, but park where it says no parking. She's talking about right here.
Okay, the only thing is you can't come here.
Okay,
But you could keep going to my business.
that's what I was going to do. Until you stopped me. This is literally where I was about to park until you stopped me, sweetheart.
Huh?
I was literally coming in right here until you stopped me, yeah.
So you got like air filters or something? I know the other man used to come and drop off air filters or something.
I don't know what I have. I don't have x-ray vision. It's in a box.
Because the only thing is that the reason I had to move you is because the corrections come through and they will you get in trouble. You try to block it.
Okay, well, I wasn't blocking. I mean, like
No,
I
you
said,
were. Because once you stop right there.
You stopped me, sweetheart.
Exactly.
You stopped me.
But,
Okay.
see, you're not really supposed to park here. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, so you want me to call the person that told me to park here so you can talk to her?
Like I said, you could call her.
Okay,
But
well.
traffic agents do come by and they will get tickets. That's
Okay.
all I'm trying to tell you.
All right, what's your name, sweetheart?
No, you know what? You got attitude. My name's
No,
Annette.
I don't.
Yes,
You
do.
told me I couldn't stop there, and then you.
Yeah, that's why I told you to
stopped
stop
me.
over here. I was trying to help you. They already know about this one. They know. Keep right there and then you told me they did right. That's it. I was just trying to help them. No worries. So now, I don't know.
Okay, so that previous clip was turned up because I wanted you to hear that she's in the back of my box van while I'm offloading freight to the guy who came out, which was already rearranged from someone else that I was on the phone with, that she doesn't know about me. She says, I don't know about this guy. He's got an attitude problem. All I was trying to do was help him. Listen, I'm not going to let you do that in front of my customer. He's a fresh eye to a situation, so when he comes out and he sees that the delivery driver is having an altercation, which I wasn't even having the altercation, but you're making it seem like I'm having an altercation, that's not a good impression. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to have a complaint from somebody that has no idea what's going on, hence why I'm making this video. Previously, I had been terminated from my last job because of something similar to this. A security guard asked me 4 times for 4 different things, and I gave them everything they needed, but apparently they lied. The first thing they asked me was for an ID. I gave them my company ID. Then they asked for a government-issued ID, and then I gave them a government-issued ID, which was Department of Defense identification, and then they asked for my driver's license, and I was hesitant on giving my driver's license because that's my personal information. It's not public to anybody. I don't care who you are or what you're doing. I shouldn't, that's my right. I shouldn't be able to give my driver's license out. If you're trying to identify me, that's fine. Company ID, Department of Defense ID, identification. You don't need my driver's license. But the guy was adamant about, I need your driver's license. It's our policy or whatever. So he calls a supervisor. And I'm like, dude, you don't need to call a supervisor. Fine, here's my ID. So I gave it to him. But apparently what had happened with that is they call my company and say that I refuse to give any identification whatsoever. And the only reason why they let me in was because they needed the freight, which was not true, but I didn't have any proof of that. So this is why I have my dash cam now, constantly recording, which I wasn't anticipating having an issue with a security guard here, but that's what happened with my previous job, and I ain't about to let that happen with this job, because I love this job. This job is great. It's easy, money, so I'm not gonna let a little security guard screw me over on any interactions with my job. That's not gonna happen. Let's recap. You saw the video. Do you feel that I was doing anything wrong? I was on the phone. I was doing everything that I was told to do. She comes out, she stops me, tells me to roll my window down, and then asks me 100 questions about what I have. And I explained to her what I'm doing there, why I'm turning there, where I'm going, I'm giving her all the information that she's asking for, but it's just not good enough. And then you want to sit there and say that you're trying to move me as if I was the one that was put myself there when you were the one that stopped me. That's what I was explaining to her. You stopped me, not the other way around. I wasn't parked here until you stopped me. I was going to pull up there until you stopped me. She got real hot and belligerent. She actually ended up calling a higher power security guard. Might have been a cop. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I didn't look at a badge or anything like that, because I'm just like, I just need to get the hell out of here because, this is going to turn into something and I don't want it to. So I left. She called her higher power and the guy goes, is everything okay here? And I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. Talk to your security guard. I'm leaving. And I left because no laws were broken. If he wanted to try and cite me for no parking, hey, I got that on video that your security guard told me to park there. And I got it on audio that I was told to do that too. So I'm pretty sure I'd have been able to get out of that ticket. Let me know what you guys think of that video. Did I do anything wrong? Was there anything I could have done different to avoid the situation? Or do you feel that was just a completely unnecessary conversation between me and a security guard that was hot-headed and thought that they needed to talk to me for no reason? I mean, I understand her side. I was a security guard. You see a truck stopped, looking around, pointing, you're gonna wanna help, fine. She did not know that I was on the phone, fine. But I told her as soon as she stopped me that I was on the phone and that I was getting instructions from somebody else. Oh, okay, at that point in time, me as a security guard, I've been like, oh, okay, you got it all figured out. I apologize for stopping you. Have a nice day. Proceed on with your day. I wouldn't have continued asking 1,000 questions about what I'm doing here, what my freight is, and then proceed to tell me about, I think the person on the phone meant to tell you to do this. No, you weren't there. You didn't hear. So, sorry. Done and done. All right? RobRealistic's out. I got to take care of some other stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Peace.